sisters four who grew up during the Civil War. Fair Meg found joy in elegance and love, but struggled to keep a single glove. While Joe wrote tales of adventures grand, with a mind of ideas and an ink-stained hand. Tweet Beth with her doll so quiet and shy, loved pianos and hated saying goodbye. Young Amy adored the fancy and fine artwork and romance and sharing their lives. Sisters largely moan their fate. No presents on Christmas, what a dreadful state. But father and Laura wants them to be good, so they lifted their heads and they did as they should. And coming across a family in need, the sisters performed a Yuletide deed. And after a holiday show was performed, a beautiful banquet came to the door. For Mr. Lawrence, so cranky and old, saw them sharing their breakfast in the winter cold.
Get you hairy beast!
Then came time to ring in the new year, with music and dancing and lots of great cheer. For Meg wished her hair to be curly and grand, but had some burned off by Joe's clumsy hand. At the ball, Meg wished Joe to act more refined, but their young neighbor Laurie did not seem to mind. They talked and they danced and friendship was gained, until Meg's fine slippers caused her ankle a sprain. Now for Amy's awful tale of woe, at the hands of awful Jenny Snow, she borrowed Meg's money to purchase some lime, for sharing with friends was truly divine. Until mean old Jen turned into a snitch, and the strict Mr. Davis hit her hand with a switch.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Joe's friendship with Laurie was now in full swing. He looked forward to the company and fun Joe would bring. One night to the theater, two sisters he took, dear Joe and sweet Meg with grown Mr. Brooke. But Amy was sour to be left at home, and hatched a revenge all of her own. She popped Joe's writing from its secret stash, and shoved it in the fire where her words turned to ash. And upon a return, Meg's romantic heart became sport for Joe, then her world came apart. Amy's cruel act caused Joe so much pain, she vowed never to speak to her sister again.
You wicked, wicked girl!
But when the ice broke under Amy's skates, Joe and Laurie both saved her from her fate. And when Amy warmed up after the save, Amy and Joe both hugged and forgave. Then Meg with great fanfare set off on a trip, and her two friends dressed her up for a bit. So Sally and Annie, and now Daisy and Toe, gave her hair fancy curls and her neck lined low.
Oh my goodness.
But Laurie-eyed Meg and thought her quite strange. She didn't understand why she wanted to change. She was the luckiest girl that he had ever known, having three adoring sisters with her at home. But Meg did assure me he's part of that too, that Laurie is a march through and through.
Please listen carefully.
Joe, while working with her strict old aunt, spoke of plans and dreams and what she did want. No husband, no marriage, no wealth in the end, just her dreams in her mind, a paper and pen. But at March teased a prize more precious than pearls, for Joe truly wanted to travel the world. To Paris she'd go if Aunt March would agree, where she'd explore and write of things she would see. Meanwhile, Beth had a monstrous fright when playing the piano Mr. Lawrence caught sight. He screamed and shouted because he forbade that his precious piano ever be played. Upon her discovery for his daughter he mourned, Beth gifted him slippers for his were quite worn. Afterwards Lawrence finally agreed she may play the piano when she felt the need. But the joyous occasion ended so quick when Mommy got word that Father was sick. By her side on the trip was good Mr. Brooke, who left giving Meg one last longing look. And loyal Hannah promised to feed and to care for the March sisters four who were helpless and scared.
That's swell.
But Joe, needing money, gave her family a shock when she gave up the beauty of her curly red locks. With Mommy in Washington and Father unwell, the girls forgot when they said it farewell to keep up their work and do their good deeds, all except Beth, who helped the Hummels in need. But tragedy struck the poor Hummels one day. Scarlet fever took a baby Otto away. Poor Beth coming home, how her forehead did ache, and her face felt hot and her hands would shake. And Amy, who never had the disease, cheese was sent to Aunt March, though she was displeased. While Meg, Joe, and Hannah all did their best until calling for money at Hannah's behest. When Beth became well again after some time, the family shared presents as Christmas bells chimed. Amy was home and had felt like years. Aunt March was surprisingly grand to the dear. Mr. Lawrence, who missed Beth's music so sweet, brought the piano to the garret under a sheet. But it was Laurie who brought them the best present of all, when the girls saw their father walk in from the hall. With Amy remaining on March's good side, she was chosen over Joe to travel for her life. But Joe wasn't with that success of her own. For a contest she won and her talents were known. And though Aunt March foresaw a difficult life, Meg and John Brooke became husband and wife. Father decided to take on a cause, and Aunt March around it and saw the flaws. And Beth, though better, was still looking frail, staying in bed, still slender and pale. A year passed with the wedding and travel too. The sisters in the garret went from 4 girls to 2. Young Laurie finished schooling and to Europe he'd go, but not without proposing first to Joe. He pleaded with her to give him a chance, but she vowed to never ever consider romance. To New York, Joe fled to write stories there, when she struck up a friendship with kind Frederick Bear. But when he asserted that she could write better, she fumed in anger, then she read a letter and hurried back home to tend to sweet Beth, who was sickly and waiting on the doorstep of death.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Meanwhile, in Paris, Laurie's sulkiness dwelled. Rejection from Joe did not suit him well, and Amy's dreams of art, nearly gone, decided she'd marry the wealthy Fred Vaughn. But Laurie in jealousy could not condone, for he had seen how Amy had grown. But Amy, now fuming, raised up her voice. She did not wish to be his second choice. In the garret, the family hung seagulls and sun, in order to give Beth a day of some fun. She spent time with her Joe, what a great day they shared. But just before the end, Beth made Joe swear to continue to dream, to love, and to write. And Joel told their story all through the night. And just like the waves of the receding tide, with a story and a smile, tender Beth had died. The family was full of sadness and grief for the sweet, humble girl whose life was so brief. And Aunt March in Paris also had died, with niece Amy right there at her side. But soon the family had reason for joy, for Meg had 2 babies, a girl and a boy. And after years, sweet Amy had returned with a husband whom Joe had long ago spurned. And Joe learned that a project she undertook was soon to be published as a best-selling book. For these little women were the March sisters 4, growing together in the Civil War. As the March family reunion was taking place, Archer housed and welcomed an unfamiliar face. But soon in California, Friedrich would dwell, and he could not leave Joe without saying farewell. Then Joe proposed a plan he could not refuse, for she acquired a house she needed to use. A school they would start if he would agree, teaching the little children a great pair they'd be. And Friedrich agreed that he would remain under the umbrella, shaking hands in the rain. Joe thought about their tale as Mommy sat on her white wedding veil, and wondered whether her story would last as the world goes on and the time's changing fast. And Mommy considered and said with a smile that sisters and dreaming would never lose style.